He turned down multiple other offers, but local high school basketball player deciding to stay home, committing to UW Green Bay. Little Chute's Turner Bonds, due to be a senior next year for the Mustangs, announced on his Twitter account this last week, it was then confirmed by prep expert Doug Ritchie, that he committed to the Phoenix. Botz's Little Chute team made it to the sectional finals last year in Botz's junior season. Spring sports, of course, now in the books, but time to hand out a little bit of hardware. Our Justin Felder and prep expert Doug Ritchie joining us now with this week's high school game time reports.
I'm alongside Fox 11 prep expert Doug Ritchie. Doug, spring sports season over. Time now to look back and talk about the best of the best from our area this season.
Yep, a lot of best of the best from our area. We did well pretty much every week of the state tournaments. Wanted more gold last week with softball, soccer, and baseball, but we got through it. It was fun to watch, and baseball had great weather. That's kind of an award for us, the way that tournament goes.
We'll accept that graciously on behalf of all the fans who had a great time too. We're going to hand out some Player of the Year awards, and our first one goes to our large division baseball Player of the Year. All this guy did at the state tournament, and you saw it, throw a 3-hitter, strike out 60 in a quarterfinal. Oh yeah, 6 for 8 at the plate as well.
Yeah, Ben Messenger pretty much did everything. If he could have came up every time at bat, Bayport might have won the state title.
You see him,
and if he could have pitched it all the time too.
This is him getting a double to right field, doing great on the mound. Just what makes him so good? Because he did it all year long.
Yeah, well, number one, he's left-handed. He throws mid to high 80s, so he can bring the heat. You don't always see a lot of great left-handers, but he's a pretty good batter. He hit over 300 this year too. So when he did not pitch, he played in left field so they could use his bat. He's not a one-way player, and he's going to play somewhere in college.
Bayport, a phenomenal season, ending up runners-up in Division I, but a lot to be proud of for the Pirates. Doug, taking a look at Ben Messenger's stats, 10-1 on the mound, a .88 ERA, and nearly .320 batting.
Yeah, Ben did it both ways, on the mound, and when he wasn't batting, or when he wasn't pitching, he was out in the field. He's a very valuable bat for that team. And as you can see, he did a pretty good job any way he was doing it.
Sub-1 ERA. He was a lot of fun to watch. So was our small division Player of the Year, coming from our only state title winner from the state baseball championship team, Mitch Champagne from Coleman, also a wrestler and a multi-talented guy.
Yeah, and really good football player. I think he had 1,700 yards rushing. This kid did it all, and he's the catalyst of that team. He had a leadoff hitter, 33 stolen bases this year.
Leadoff hitter is impressive when you can get that much power out of your leadoff hitter, and Coleman, of course, riding that to a Division IV state title. All right, let's move over to softball now. Large division Player of the Year. One of our favorites, not because just of her play, but because of her last name. I'll leave it to you, Doug.
Yeah, that is Marissa Mikulkiewicz.
Very impressive. You want to spell it?
M-I-C-H-A-L-K-I-E-W-I-C-Z, and I didn't look.
Very
How about
impressive.
That?
Very impressive.
Well, when you're that good, you keep writing the name a lot. You see it.
She is very good. She's going to Green Bay next year, Doug.
Yep.
Very talented in softball.
Yeah, you know, this girl, I've seen her play her whole career, and every time she got up to bat, I expected her to hit it long, and she usually did unless they walked her, but this kid's got so much talent. It's going to be fun to watch her at Green Bay.
Absolutely, and a real leader of the team as well. You saw her as they were not doing as well as they wanted in the state semifinals. She's really the one that players went to, getting the final tag right here on a big play in the quarterfinal game. That's her, you know, running up to celebrate right away. A great player and small division Player of the Year. Phenomenal as well. We're going to go over to Algoma now. Courtney Dart from Algoma really did everything for the Wolves this season, Doug.
Yeah, she did. 15-4 in the circle. Really good hitters. And against Poynette in the state tournament game, she's probably the best player on the field, and she really did well.
It's impressive when you can be the dominant pitcher. It's impressive when you can be the dominant hitter. But let's look at these stats. 583 batting, and you can see impressive in the circle as well. 1.17 ERA, Doug.
You look at the numbers, what didn't she do? I mean, she hardly ever got out. She struck a lot of people out. Nobody scored. She hit a home run. She drove them in.
That's
incredible. How good was she?
580. That's like 2 players.
Yeah.
That is very impressive for Courtney Dart. Well, let's move on to the soccer pitch now. Our large division Player of the Year, one of the top scorers in the state this season.
Yeah, her defense was really good too, but she supplied the offense. Sydney Buss from Kimberly. She ranked second in the state with 105 points. She had 6 game-winning goals, I believe. This kid knew how to play soccer, and big reason why Kimberly did so well.
Kimberly had a great season. She was, of course, a reason why Sydney Buss. And taking a look at some of her highlights, she really, you can see this, that was one of my favorite plays of the year. You got the bend it like Beckham going over the wall right there. What did she do that made her so effective?
She just can score. I mean, she's just got that natural talent, and the thing is, like when you saw that free kick goal, that's money for her. I mean, she's that good, and she had 32 goals this year, and 32 goals don't happen by accident.
Kimberly, a soccer powerhouse, another powerhouse in soccer, Xavier. That's where we're going to find our small division player of the year. It's a team that seemingly gets to state every year. Fallon Poplinski, the second leading scorer in the state. Hawks made it to the state semifinals.
Yeah, Fallon Poplinski did a lot of things good. You look at this goal she scored there. She couldn't even extend her leg. She got a tangle. She still scored, and a really good player. She's got one more year left. She's going to do a lot of damage next year too.
Impressive for our small division player of the year in soccer. Taking a look at the stats here. 6 game-winning goals, and Doug, a whole lot of points.
Whole lot of points. Number 2 scorer in the state. She's only a junior. You know, they only allowed 8 goals this year, but I guess when the game was close, Fallon Poplinski knew what to do. She put the ball in the goal, and just a great player.
Let's talk about track and field now. We're going to see, we have 2 track athletes to talk about. Our first one, Kennedy Blahnik, just a sophomore, and that's going to be a theme, but already racking up the championships.
Yeah, and you know what? I went to the state tournament, and I expected what she did. I mean, she's just that good, and she won 2 state titles. She's got 4 through 2 years, not bad.
So she's on pace for 8 state championships.
8 state titles.
If she can keep it up. And talking about another athlete who is a sophomore who's winning a lot of championships, our other one coming from Wrightstown, really maybe one of the best all-around athletes our area has seen in quite some time. Again, just a sophomore.
Just a sophomore, Bonnie Draxler from Wrightstown, repeated in the 400, set a state record in the pole vault. And, you know, we talk about 8 state titles for Kennedy Blahnik. She might get 8, she might get more because she also runs 100 where she took 3rd this year. This kid's got so much talent. It's going to be so fun watching her the next 2 years. She makes track meets just a blast.
She is very, I heard she's a black belt
She's
too.
a black belt too, so you got to be nice to her.
Yeah, you don't want
But
to.
maybe that's why she wins all the time. No one wants to get her mad.
And she's faster, she can pole vault, but she's a very impressive athlete. Her and Kennedy Blahnik, 2 phenomenal track athletes to spotlight. Well, one area athlete not exactly in a spring sport, but still excelling right now, has dreams of gold this summer. Kenzie Buss has won 2 state titles in the 100-yard backstroke so far in her high school career.
So far, and the Shawano High School senior-to-be will be in fast company Tuesday in Omaha, Nebraska, literally, when she competes for a spot in the Olympics in the 100-meter backstroke. Kenzie Buss will realize a dream Tuesday when she swims at the U.S. Olympic swim trial. It's her biggest race to date, and she's excited.
I really don't know what it's going to be like. I know that I'm going to be really proud and excited that I even made it this far and that I've accomplished my goals.
Buss will be in elite company when she heads down to the Olympic trials, but when she gets down there, she's just going to try to do her best.
I have my goals. I want to drop at least a second in my event, if not more, and get a personal best. And just really take it all in and learn.
Buss has reached one of her dreams, and there's no secret how she did it.
She's in the pool 7 days a week, probably, you know, dry land training 4 or 5 times a week, and she misses out on a lot. But, you know, this is what she wanted to do, and I said, okay, I'll help you get there. We made it. It's very exciting.
As you can imagine, Buss's family is proud of what she has already accomplished.
I'm very proud. She's worked very, very hard, sacrificed a lot to say when she was 13 that someday she would like to swim at Olympic trials, and then 4 years later to be swimming there. I think speaks a lot.
Only 2 of the about 170 competitors in Buss's race actually make the Olympics. She knows she's a long shot, but she's okay with that.
I don't even know how to describe it. It's a great feeling, and to know that I'm finally making my dreams reality, it's awesome.
Awesome is a word Buss knows, because in the pool, that's exactly what she is.
Very impressive in the pool. And also we want to point out John Bushman, Luke Bushman, John swimming with the Green Bay YMCA, his older brother Luke off in college right now. They're going to be going to the Olympic trials as well. Good luck to them.
Yes.
And just all these excellent swimmers to be competing at the Olympic trials, even if they don't make the Olympic team, what an experience.
Absolutely, and when I was talking to Kenzie last week, the opportunity, I mean, she's going to be in the same building where Michael Phelps is going to be, her idol Natalie Coughlin, who's #1 ranked in her event. This is the real deal. This is not a preliminary or anything. They're there with everybody, and if somehow she swam the race of her life, who knows, but she's not expecting it this year, but she's pointing 4 years from now and really hoping that something special happens.
If you're in the